Hi, this is Jeremy Moskowitz, Group Policy MVP and founder of PolicyPak Software. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can do a better together story with FSLogix and PolicyPak when it comes to applications that require elevation. So in this example, I've got a program called treesizefree, and it's available to all of my eSales users. So this guy, he's eSales user 1, and if I were to switch user to eSales user 2, okay, he's already logged on actually. You can see it's there. And if I were to go to, say, a West sales user, go to switch user to West sales users, it's not available for the group West sales users. So if I were to go to control panel and look for treesizefree, it's not here. It's not a thing that West sales user can see at all. That's the first part of the equation. Let me go ahead and sign out here. And then let's go ahead and log back in as eSales user 1. I just sort of want to just set the stage of where we're at. The thing about treesizefree is that it only works best when it's running as an administrator. So it's an installed application, but it runs best when you can run it as an administrator. In fact, you get prompted here. If you were to try to go over here and try to run it here, you get prompted here. If you were to try to go to scan, you can't scan the whole hard drive unless you restart as administrator. It won't let you do that. So this is an application that just will not work as perfectly as expected unless it's running with admin rights. So how can we do that? Well, we can use PolicyPak to the rescue. So for our sales team, okay, we can say it doesn't matter where this application is hidden or not hidden because of FSLogix. We can say elevate treesizefree with PolicyPak. So we'll right click, click edit on this GPO here, and we'll dive down under user side, PolicyPak least privilege manager. We'll then right click, add a new executable policy. We do this for all sorts of things like Windows installers and scripts and Java, Java jars, all sorts of things. For this example, I'm going to be doing an executable policy. I also, on this machine, I happen to also have the treesizefree application pre-installed to make it easier. And I'm going to say, based on where it lives, go ahead and let it elevate because it's got to be properly installed in the right path. And then I'm going to go ahead and let it elevate. So I'm going to say add a file. And again, I have it on this machine already. And there it is, treesizefree. In program files, x86, jam software, treesizefree, treesizefree.exe. When I try to go to launch this application, okay, because I'm getting this group policy object, I want to run it with elevated privileges. Now, I want to be super clear. This is going to affect everybody who gets this GPO, but later I'm going to filter it, and I'll show you how I do that. So let treesizefree run elevated. I just want to show you that it works first. Okay, so I'll go ahead and run command prompt, run GP update. Okay, 10 seconds ago, you saw that treesizefree didn't work properly without admin rights. Now let's see what happens after GP update is finished. Okay, now that that's done, I'll close this out and I'll just go ahead and double click treesizefree. And when I do this, magic occurs instantly. It realizes that the process is elevated. I can now scan the whole C drive. I don't get prompted for admin anywhere because I am running with admin rights. Now, that part's great. I'll go ahead and close this out. Let me go ahead and switch user though. Let me switch this to eSales user 2. But you know, maybe we don't want eSales user 2 to also get admin rights when running. I actually have to run GP update to prove that this is going to get that. So let me go ahead and do that first because this is a user and I was switching user, not re-logging on. I'll go ahead and wait for this to finish. Okay, so the point here is that now eSales user 2 has the same powers as eSales user 1, where he can select an entire hard drive. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. I want to go to scan, select the entire hard drive, and there we go. And he is also running with admin rights. Maybe we don't want that. Maybe we want just eSales user 1 to run treesizefree with admin rights, but not eSales user 2. So let me go ahead and sign out of eSales user 2. Let me go back to the policy we set up earlier. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to configure PolicyPak's item level targeting and say, only do this thing when it's a specific group, or in this case, I'm going to just name a specific user. And that user would be eSales user 1. not eSalesUser2 or 3 or 4 or whatever. Just one guy. This guy can run treesizefree as admin, but nobody else. There we go. In fact, if I could rename this to let treesizefree run elevated just for eSalesUser1. So what I'm going to do is prove a point here. Now I'll log on as eSalesUser2 again. Group policy will refresh. This time, eSalesUser2 will not get this policy, and as such, when treesizefree goes to run, he will not get admin rights, and he'll get prompted. So what we get here is when we switch back to eSalesUser1, eSalesUser1, he gets to run treesizefree with admin rights. Okay, no questions asked. But eSalesUser2, when we switch user back to eSalesUser2, okay, he doesn't have admin rights. And when we switch back to WestSalesUser, we switch to WestSalesUser1, he doesn't have it at all because the application is being hidden with FSLogix. So there you go. That's the Better Together story, using PolicyPak to elevate applications when needed and use FSLogix to hide them for the guys you don't want to see them. Thanks so much.